So today we have in the studio an exclusive Prime Day launch from 70mai. That's the 70mai A410. I like to call this the baby brother of 70mai A510 because basically it's the same design concept for both front and the rear cameras. But this camera gets a 1440p Quad HD resolution, gets HDR, and of course gets a dual channel recording. Let's quickly show you some of the features. So this gets a 1440p with HDR for the front camera, dual channel recording implying full HD for the rear. You also get night vision. You also get built-in GPS, which is very important at this price range. Gets an f1.5 aperture. Also supports parking surveillance via separate hardware kit. Gets a G-sensor collision detection and Wi-Fi control. So let's quickly open up the box and show you the contents inside. So at first you get two pairs of electrostatic stickers, two for the front camera and two for the rear camera. You also get dedicated user manuals for the front camera and the rear camera. And here's the main 70mai A410, basically the exact same copy of the A510, but it's a toned down version of the A510 offering you a 1440p resolution. You have the same rotating lens module on one side, you have an LED indicator right here, and you have a display at the back, which is relatively not so common within this price range. Control buttons are placed right below. You have ventilation holes. You also get the power button right here, and on one side you get a micro SD card slot, type C DC in port, and a AV in type C port for the rear camera. So interestingly, both ports are type C and this is the micro SD card slot. The speaker is present right here at the front, and you have a sliding mechanism for the windshield mount. The windshield mount is probably inside the box. You get some additional ventilation holes on top of the camera as well. So this is the rear camera module shooting a full HD resolution. So this is 360-degree rotatable, and you also get this windshield mount sticker pre-attached, and you get a type A type B connector at one end. Ventilation holes at the back and no LED indicator on the rear camera. So here's the rear camera power cable with a L-shaped type C connector at one end, which plugs in into the front camera. At the other end you get a 4-pin connector which basically plugs in into the connector which is already present in the rear camera's cable. This is the main USB power cable with a straight type C connector plugging in into the main camera, and a USB type A connector which plugs in into the 12-volt charger via an adapter. And this is the 70mai adapter which gets two USB ports, so one you can use for the dash cam and you get a spare USB port. So this plugs in into the 12-volt socket of your car. You also get additional spare stickers for the front and the rear camera. And here is the windshield mount for the front camera. So this basically just slides in and you just plugs it in like this, and whenever you want you can just remove the camera from the windshield. Lastly, in the box you also do get a wiring installation tool. So the 70mai A410 dual channel is an interesting entry by 70mai under the 10,000 price segment, because this basically offers you a real good value features such as a screen, a built-in GPS, a Quad HD resolution with HDR, and a full HD resolution from the rear, and gets the reliability and the brand backing of 70mai, so that's a great thing. So now let's move on and quickly take a look at some of the other important aspects of this camera. So here's the A410 currently mounted on my car's windshield. So straight up taking a look at the main buttons at the screen. So this is the flip screen button. So once you press this, you get to see the front and the rear of the car. The second one is the emergency video. As soon as you click this, the camera will automatically start recording an emergency video. The third button is the album section. So once you click on the album section, the camera will stop recording and you can access all the recorded videos straight up on the screen and you can view them instantly. That being said, moving on, the last option on the screen is the main settings option. So within the settings, the first thing which you get is the video settings, within which you get video storage, high compression and low compression. Then you have the resolution option, 2560 into 1440p Quad HD HDR and a 1920 into 1080 HDR. So there's no option to turn off the HDR. HDR is enabled by default. You have the recording duration of a minimum of 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes of maximum. Then you have the 70mai logo option which you can enable or disable. Then you have the speed info, latitude and longitude info, that is basically the GPS info. You can enable and disable that. You have the anti-flicker 50, 60 and even 55 Hz. Then you have the extended cam mirroring, basically the rear camera mirror option, and the rear camera flipping option. So that's it. These are the options under the video settings. If we head into the parking settings, you have the duration,
You can set it to 24 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, or unlimited duration. You can select collision detection, you can enable or disable that. Then you have the time lapse recording, you can enable and disable that based on your requirement. Then you have the smart travel options within which you get emergency video. So you have the record emergency video and you have the sensitivity of the G sensor for the emergency video. You can set it to high, medium, low, ultra low, or even ultra high. Following that, you have the sound settings, speaker volume, you can set it to low, medium, or high. You can turn off the on and off tone, emergency video alert sound, and then you have the button sound. Then you have the audio recording, which is basically the mic option. You can enable and disable that. Following that, you have the system settings within which you have system language, Wi-Fi hotspot. You get the Wi-Fi SSID and the password to connect from your smartphone. Then you can enable the camera to turn on the Wi-Fi hotspot upon startup. Then you have the screen standby mode, basically the screensaver option. You can set the screen to be always turned on, or you can set it to a screensaver mode, or you can also set the screen to turn off. Then you have auto off when parked. So the camera will automatically detect that the car has stopped and it will turn off after a few minutes. So this is specifically more useful for Volkswagen and Skoda cars. Then you have the time option, sync time setting and GPS time setting. Then you have the GPS auto time sync. You can select it to your particular geographical location. Then you have the speed units, kilometers per hour or miles per hour. Then you have the date format, DDMM-YY. Then you have the satellite positioning, gives you the satellite strength. And then you have the system language back. Following that, you have the reset option. You can format the memory card and restore the factory settings. Then you have the download app, basically gives you a QR code so that you can download the 70mai app. Then you have the about section wherein it gives you all the details such as the model name, that's the A410, current version, and release time. So that's it. This is the on-screen settings for the 70mai A410, a budget dual channel 2.5K quad HD dash camera. So here's the front camera video quality from the A410. Shoots a quad HD resolution 1440p, and this is a HDR footage, which is the kind of a USP of this product. So this shoots at 30 frames per second at about 16,000 kbps of bitrate and 120 MB per minute of file size. The brightness and the contrast, the saturation and highlights and shadows kind of look well balanced, although in the situation wherein I shot this video was a kind of an overcast situation. It was not a bright sunny day, it was kind of a monsoon setting in, so the overall environment outside was not as bright as it's supposed to be, but still the camera is doing a good job at bringing out the details. The sharpness levels is there, the contrast levels are perfectly present. So overall, I think the front camera video quality, quad HD resolution, it's doing a really good job. Considering this is a under 7,000 price bracket camera, the front camera quality is actually good, and you can definitely rely on this camera for any evidence-based purposes. Moving on to take a look at the nighttime footage. So the super night vision tech of 70mai looks to be working quite well. You're getting a near Starvis 2 level kind of a video quality from the front. The glare and the high exposure of the headlights in front is very limited, and that's a great thing to see because most other cameras within this range kind of have that high glare due to the street lights and headlights. But in the A410, the super night vision tech is working quite well, although it may not up to be to the level of what a Starvis 2 sensor based camera can do, but considering the budget point, considering this doesn't get a Sony Starvis sensor, it's really good. You can even notice the number plate is actually visible under the glare of headlights, so that goes to show the kind of work 70mai has done for this camera. They have really brought out some exceptional algorithm that can match to the levels, the standards of what a Starvis 2 based camera can do at night. Taking a look at the rear, now this looks a bit hazy considering the fact that this is only a full HD resolution, and when you compare it with the 1440p front, this might look a bit downgrade, and of course it is. The saturation levels do look to be a bit more punchy because the colors are kind of popping out. Sharpness levels are also a bit on the higher side, not softer like what you would see on a front camera. So most rear cameras within this price range do offer similar characteristics, similar features, and the A410 is on the same level too. You don't get that exceptional quality from the rear, you get a mostly usable footage, specifically in the daytime sample. You're getting to collect some evidence of the vehicular movement behind your car. Moving on to the nighttime footage, so this is wherein I mentioned about the previous front camera effect, that it does not capture any headlight glare or street light glare. But that's the thing with the rear camera, it does tend to capture some level of headlight glare and street light glare, and that's common within this price range. This is not something wrong, this is not something out of the ordinary. You're getting what you're paying for around the price bracket of 6 to 7,000 rupees. This is the kind of regular normal rear camera footage at 1080p resolution. You will be able to record all the activities, you will be able to record all the vehicular movements, but in terms of recording the specific details, in terms of recording the number plates, the name boards, the signboards, that might be a slightly difficult affair during night time from the rear camera. Moving on to take a look at the number plate read during daytime. Zooming in, the number plate read is quite good, softer, all the details are present, all letters and numbers are clearly visible. The number plate read from the rear camera at a close range is also quite decent, not up to the level of the front camera, but still readable at a very close range. If we do talk about the number plate read at night under the glare of headlights, as told you previously, this camera is working really well to bring out Star Vista kind of a video quality, and this image is a testament for that fact, because most non-Star Vista cameras will fail to read number plate and the number plate will be like completely whitewashed. But in the 70mai A410, you are getting a decent, you are getting a quite good number plate read under the glare of headlights at night time. So that goes to show this is really good and a well calibrated front camera, and you're getting the best possible video quality in spite of the fact that you're not getting a Star Vista sensor. So overall, considering the price value, so overall considering the features of this camera, I definitely consider this to be a worthy investment. If you are somebody who is looking for an entry-level dual channel segment dashcam, you don't have a budget of beyond 7 to 8,000 rupees. You want to ensure that you're getting both front and the rear of the car recorded. You want GPS, you want a punchy 1440p resolution and HDR, you should definitely go ahead and grab the A410 right now. The purchase links are provided right down below in the description. If you do have any doubts or queries regarding this camera, go ahead, write that down in the comments. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button of Gizmobeep right now, smash that like button and share this video with all your friends who are looking for a super cool budget dual dash cam in this Prime Day sale. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.